Ladies and gentlemen, I am sort of back in action, I guess. I think, I could be wrong, but I think the new update and stuff, I mean the next, okay, it'll tell us. I don't know, yep, okay, yeah. We are back in action. For that stuff, Daydreamer. We get a whole one. At the end we get, okay. Alright, so what's going on? Okay, yes, we get new characters and stuff. Who's that? Is that Sharkery? Alright, we're okay, I see. Okay, so yeah, they lied. So okay. Alright. So like it says discount 19 days. They made it sound like the last one wasn't gonna be around, but it's gonna be around. So we are fine. We are fine. So yes. I'm coming here today to continue the event, as part 2 should be here. Thank you for the maintenance gift. Okay, yeah. I still ignore that. These games demand a lot out of your time, and I do not have the time for that bullshit. All right, let's. So we are. What is our objective today? We're going to check out the. Okay, I forgot this existed too. We're going to check out the event, kind of. Oh, that was slick. How many man hours went into that? Oh, let me get out of that. That was quite the quite the angle there. Okay. So yes. What other events do we have? Was it Fragrance Gift? Oh, we got the trials. Let's do the trials real quick. Even though I know we've already done Diane before. We have Diane. I use Diane a lot. Ching Shang Harmony. Okay. What's it want us to do? Evacuate. Okay, yes. So Diane is super fun, and this is actually a pretty good way to demonstrate her abilities. Oh, what the fuck? Shit! I fucked up. I horribly fucked up. Run away, woman. I fucked up. Can you make it? Oh shit. Right. Oh, I fucked up. Right. Oh yeah, the beeping whenever I'm on. Oh shit. The beeping is a me ripping audio CDs with exact audio copies. That was Invisible Lantern by Screaming Trees being done. Oh my god. Okay. The Thorn is confused. Can I kill this fucking guy? He's in my way. She's pretty good. Kenny Hickey lying on the sidewalk. Devil music from the house next door. I think it's playing from the house next door. I just heard that version today. It's hilarious. they should just release it officially. I think it would fit the album. Although the straight cover also fits the album. Of course, it comes on right after Kill All the White People, which is pretty perfect placement if you ask me. Right, then right after I evacuate this chick, we're gonna try out Mekti. Subarashi indeed, sensei. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. Oh yeah, fuck it. Let's just see what happens. I will try to roll for Mekti, but I don't care if I get her or not. What the hell am I looking at? Oh, okay. Holy shit. What's going on? Is she like tired Rambo? That's cool that they're putting like a little bit of story nonsense here. That's more effort than we have been getting. Powerful support class style capable of switching modes. What's going on here? Okay, what's this do? Okay. Interesting, we'll try it. Was I supposed to move her? What the fuck? Just shoot her. Well, this is weird. Okay, there we go. What's gonna happen here? It doesn't do shit. Alright, let's see what that does. Cool. Okay, what's it gonna do? Oh, like very little damage. What's this? Alright, exposed finally. Is it gonna do damage? Okay, good. Okay, great. Okay, good. Good. Get out of there, suitor. Very good. He healed himself. Can I just shoot him? Alright, just shoot him. Oh, it's awkward as fuck. Okay. That is Mekti. She looks cool in 3D, I guess. Alright, okay, thank Christ it's over though. That was... She's probably definitely not a character I'm ever going to fucking play as. Alright, but let's roll for her, fuck it. I have good stuff. Just do one. And my dream is for like, you know, the first one. You know. First roll to be that. Would be way too awesome. But we know gacha games do not like, they like to hide the awesome shit. Path Forger was better. So that's that. I'm not doing Path Forger. I'm not doing it. I don't give a fuck. We can do supply. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's look at supply station. We only get 3. They're fucking really stingy on that shit. Alright, let's go. So we've got a lot. We'll do a little bit. See how far we get. Okay, that's not the. We're getting our fucking Oblivion music in. That's good too. We need to get our Oblivion music in. Like who's I can't remember the name of the developer. Just make Girls Frontline Oblivion. You like the Elder Scrolls games are so janky. You're fine just making a super janky one. Because your competition makes broken shit too. It's almost like why isn't there more competition?
こちら、ハイド404、定時連絡よ、応答を。
こちら、ロクタット主義合衆国連盟所属第7環境調査隊376人招待。どうぞ。
環境情報を見るに。こちらが先に目標集落へ到着しそうね。到着後は計画通り当該集落を中心とした汚染エリアの探索を行うわ。
Oh yeah, that's how it usually works, right? Like when going for like guitar sounds and stuff, like you have a target. It's like I want the chorus sound from, you know, Supernaut, right? Of course, I remember hearing stories because so like and I'm a big fan of the Univibe pedal, but if you, I swear to God, and I hear the story from like other like even pedal makers. I think it was a JHS. He was talking about it because he was trying to get the sound of a Pearl Jam thing. And I've run into this in real life too. You mention a Univibe to somebody, like a guitar seller or like a musician, they'll have no idea what you're talking about. And so like the guy I think from J, I might be getting their company wrong. They make boutique pedals. He was trying to get the sound, and he like every time he went to a place, they're like, oh, it's a chorus pedal. He's like, it's not a chorus pedal. It's not like a chorus pedal. And he found out it was like a Jimi Hendrix like esque Univibe, since that's what also Hendrix used. But I've run into that in like fucking real life. I'll be like, yeah, I play with I ask somebody, do you have like a Univibe or a Univibe clone, and they'll just fucking stare at me like I'm saying fucking voodoo witchcraft. I know I'm getting off a guitar tangent right away, but that's kind of like my Raymond reference for something like that, you know, just because, you know, visual effects, trying to get that stuff, or, you know, just getting sounds to work. What people do, like a Dimebag or Eddie Van Halen, they tuned roughly a quarter step down, which you run into like an engineer or a guitar tech, and that they don't like that. They don't like the idea of that. They want strict halves and fulls, right? So it's like, you know. But yeah, I bet you I could go to a guitar store right now and say, hey, you guys got any Univibes? and they would just fucking blue screen on me. So like, if anybody who watches this wants to know what a univibe is, like, short story, it sounds kind of like a wah pedal. But what it does is it like emulates like bouncing back between speakers, but it like does a whooshing sound, which a chorus pedal can do that. But chorus pedals, like, what they do is they thicken like the waveform. So, but you can have like a bounce back since you can get like stereo choruses. But the chorus pedal, like its core functionality is thickening the waveform. So, like, but when you get one, they also, it heavily modifies the sound, right? So, it like either makes it darker or brighter. A lot of times brighter. Brighter. A univibe sounds a lot smoother. It sounds, again, like more like a wah pedal. And you can, like, I have I replaced my Dunlop Crybaby because I fucking hated it, with a Boss V-Wah, and it has a univibe setting on it, and that shit is fucking crazy. But I still use my MXR univibe because it sounds really good. Diamonds. What the hell is this? This is Russian as fuck. Okay, I was gonna say, now that successes of Peter the Great defending the comrades' hammer and sickle. Oh, now we're in the real shit. Plus, like a univibe, going on a tangent here, in my opinion, it sounds best at the start of the signal chain, while the chorus sounds best at the end. But which is different from like a wah, because usually a wah is at the beginning, but the wah also sounds cool like after like distortion sometimes. Kind of like how a delay will sound cool before a distortion. But wah, like not wah, I mean, but univibe to me just doesn't work as well without a clean signal. This is some crazy shit going on now in this game. We are now fully establishing the Girls Frontline 2 setting. Can I just buy Andorras? I feel like this is we're getting teased on these characters that we're not gonna get for like fucking a year or so. Neo-Soviet Union. Like Neo-Tokyo. Yeah, this all started with the, like, kind of like the Oblivion tangent. So, like, just the music, but even then, like, so, like, the setting, you look around here, let me move my mouse around. So, like, it'd just be, you could just rip off, like, Fallout 3 even. Look, I mean, this looks like a fucking Fallout New Vegas map, right? I mean, look at this shit. Just walk around and get attacked by robot women. Shoot at you. It'd be annoying, but it'd be a good time. The market for like Bethesda clones is out there, and I really think you could get away with making them as shitty as possible. What the fuck? Oh, okay, it's falling. Again, it's falling. There's something in the background. The magazine's falling. Right now, this is reminding me of the game, the anime. There was a game too. I played the game. The game was actually all right. Girls und Panzer, because they have a Russian faction in there. I have no idea how I ended up watching that, but it was a good time. Okay, that just needs to fucking fall. It's like sliding and it's distracting me. They need to start singing "Where There's a Whip, There's a Way" from the Return of the King movie.
これで団結力が高まるなんて到底思えないわね。おいおい、俺たちは歌手じゃない。ガラクタどもは黙ってろ。何を歌おうが俺たちの勝手だ。お前に何の関係がある。お前ら鉄くずの常識を人間様に当てはめんな。これが大勢で歌う醍醐味ってやつだ。バカ正直。
Okay. This part is goofy.
あんたね。来るかい隊長。ええ、そうね。確かに歌うのはそっちの勝手よ。だけどせめてマイクをミュートにしてもらえる？情報漏洩につながる可能性だってあるわ。
Yeah, it's legitimately like a very fun anime. Like again, it's just a bizarre like again oddly almost like weirdly post-apocalyptic, right? Because they're like but like I don't know if they ever explained the setting, but like the setting is kind of like this odd like I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, just the idea of like these classes going through these tanks training drills for their schools and having like the rivalry right between the other schools is like it was actually really engaging. But the game was fun too. The game was like an action where you drive around as a tank. Yeah, I don't think they really explain the setting. It just lets it go, which is good because, you know, that kind of in a way makes it engaging, you know? Because to the characters in it, it's just their setting, right? If that makes sense. It plays it straight. Kind of like the difference between Saints Row 1 and 2 and later Saints Row games where they became too self-aware, you know?
美容官、ヘッドホンで奴らのチャンネルの通信を監視して。
私？やだよ。お姉ちゃんとお話ししてたいのに。
第一に、今は任務中よ。無駄話はしない。
But yeah, that game again. That anime was all about. I guess probably if it was a manga or light novel, I don't know. The author was like, I want to show my obsession with tanks. Much like this game series, well, Girls Frontline 1, and this one is like, I want to show off my obsession with guns, you know? It's like, you go, guys. Go for it. Whatever sparks your creativity, you know?
待ってお姉ちゃんそれってつまり美容家がミシティより役に立って
Yeah, the game is just like, yeah, you're controlling a tank. Or like a crew of tanks, I can't remember. And you just blow shit up. It's
そう
pretty
捉
good.
えてもらって結構
I think it only came out in Japan and Asia though. That was back when, and it's still happening today when rights to some of that stuff got weird, so they just didn't even bother porting it. I mean, releasing it. Let me see though. I'm gonna pull up Steam, see if it ever came out. Yeah, it's not on Steam. There's a Commandos game, a new one.
アンドリス周辺を警戒して何かあればすぐに報告を 了解
It just got released.
映像を見る限りしばらくは安全かな
I remember trying to play the original Commandos and it kicked my ass, but I might have just played the demo.
でも隊長
Find your next game, Cactus? Announcements, trailers, world premieres, and more.
ここの
Okay.
後って寂しいね
I just got off watching the Nintendo Switch 2 thing, which the Nintendo Switch 2 announcement has to be the most disappointing and horrible. Like, it makes the Xbox One announcement seem quaint because Microsoft didn't get away with it. But Nintendo probably will get away with it. Oh, really? I've got all the games. I think. Alright, who am I playing as? Do I really? I want a unique crew. Let's do some uniqueness. Who do I got? Kukai.
おじけづいたの
It's gonna be too unique if I do it that way. Kolfne. I always use Sharkry, so that's not very unique. I haven't used her for a while.
ご命令を
Do I want Nagant? Do I want Masa Nagant? I've been Vepley maxing too much. See, if I had Ulrid, this would solve the problem, but I don't have Ulrid. I got fucked. I never use Nemesis.
ボーラス
Alright, support. Do I have one more support? I do. It's kind of like the, what was it? Blizzard used to be really good at that too. Just putting personality into like the normal units, like the goblins and Warcraft, and just like the Marines in Starcraft, right? Oh shit. Got a light? And we'll fire it up.
喜んで
So on the Switch too, so like everyone else, I was just watching it live. So they didn't have the bad news. They didn't say all the shit, the bad shit. They were which was unwise of them because people are gonna find out, right? So I was like, okay, Mario Kart World looks alright.
どうってことないわ
I really like Mario Kart 8. Like most people played it, right? Shit.
どいて
Oh, awesome. We're kicking ass all of a sudden. The Bloodborne 2 looked pretty cool, although I guess it's some sort of weird, like, more PvP focus or something. Or maybe just more online focused version of the their other games, which fair enough. Preferably it would be like single player, but it could be interesting. Then what else? Kirby's Air Ride 2. I did not play the original, but I really wish I did. So that game looked like, okay, that looks cool, right? So the problems come in. First of all, the Switch 2 is not really backwards compatible. It's doing like an Xbox 360 thing with how the games are more emulation than running natively, which Xbox 360 did do, and it was successful like with like Halo, but kind of a disaster with like Knights of the Old Republic, for instance. But it was better than nothing. But that's the thing. It was supposed to be, you know, more than nothing, right? Plus, you have to use the enhanced online service, which is twice as much as the regular online service to get, you know, upgrades, which when you're playing like an Xbox Series X, which I don't have, or an Xbox One, you get those upgrades, Xbox One X, I think Xbox One X. You get like your 360 games are emulated, but you get those upgrades for free, right? And cross-platform games, right? You don't get charged more when you buy an Xbox game. People don't know this because Xbox failed. You don't pay $10 more for an upgraded version unless you're like getting Hogwarts Legacy or Callisto Protocol. However, the other versions, the Series X version, right, came out first, and then the other versions came out later, so that's why those are separate. But for the most part, like, you buy like Stranger of Origin or a Stranger of Paradise, or what was it, that Russian game, Atomic Heart. You're getting the Xbox One version and the Series X version, like, not really on disc. The disc is just a key at that point, which kind of sucks too. I'll get to that in a second. But you're getting that for the same price. Not like what fucking Sony did and what Nintendo is going to try to do, because Sony got away with it. Only like the bad shit right now for consumers is what's winning, and that's one of them. Sony led with that. Sony got their way, and we're getting fucked because of that. Okay. Then the second problem is Nintendo is jacking up the price, right? So Mario Kart World is $80 digital or $90 physical. I'll get to that in a second too. But the bundle is, you know, cheaper than that if you're going to buy a bundle with the system. So that's kind of like some, and they're trying to incentivize, I guess, buying the bundle, right? The issue with that is people. So, like, yes, games like Street Fighter 2, right? When it was on the Super Nintendo, was like $80 and $90, and that money, right? Or like, you know, games back then, through inflation, were way more expensive. Like, say, Super Castlevania 4 might have sold, you know, 500,000 copies at $50. Games were cheaper to make then, right? But more expensive for post-production. You know, producing cartridges versus discs or our modern-day SD cards. Games nowadays, when they do sell a ton more than they did back then. Because that was still during the downturn in video games, right? After the especially in the West with the market crash, which never happened in Europe and didn't really happen in Japan, but it happened hard in the U.S., Canada, Mexico, and that's where the primary audience still is. So, no doubt, Nintendo could sell Mario Kart World for $30 and make way more money that way than they ever would have with like Mario Kart 64.
当たり前ですよ。ゴルフェは容赦なんてしない。
Oh, that's a good picture. Thank you, Kaufman. I'll have to remember that.
勝つ者はなんだって。
So, yes, games used to cost more back then. The audience was way smaller. The sales were way smaller, right? Like, and no, so then another thing, like, the cartridges themselves are going to be just allegedly not all of them, but it sounds like probably most of them are just going to be unlock codes, which is already a shitty practice. Now that one is on Microsoft. I kind of mentioned that before with like Stranger of Origin. When you buy okay, I said it wrong. Strangers of Paradise, the full game is not on the disc. You have to put it in the thing. It does something called smart delivery, which the thing with that is, okay, you got the two versions, right? Something else like what was it? The Devil's Third sequel. That one is also smart delivery, but that game is small enough to where at least the Xbox One version is on the disc. Probably both versions, but for Strangers of Origin, Paradise, I keep fucking Final Fantasy Origin. I'll just say that for Final Fantasy Origin, the game is too big for two versions, so the game is not on the disc. Now Nintendo is going to try to standardize the games not being on these cards. So what's the point of buying these cards? It's like buying a gift card, except the games are going to cost more. You don't get a manual, you get a piece of plastic. Fucking probably like 20 cents worth of packaging and plastic, if that. Probably way less per capita. So it's a literal rip-off, and it basically, you know, eliminates the point of buying. And then lastly, like, it's not standardized, but it should be. They're selling a tech demo for $10, which should be a pack-in, and really Mario Kart World should also just be like a pack-in. Systems do better with free pack-ins. Like, it has always been the case. Genesis with Sonic. Nintendo with Duck Hunt. Super Nintendo with Super Mario World. You know, PlayStation, it had demo discs. You know, not much, but it was better than what the N64 had, which was nothing. You know. And then the Wii had Wii Sports. Massive, you know, massively took off, you know. But, you know, sell a fucking demonstration of the system for $10, right? So it's all a shit show. Oh yeah, like they did that. That was something Sony did too. That's a good point. The like, cause I was trying to transfer saves from one PS3 to another, but they want you to buy their online thing to use their cloud saving to transfer those, right? So I just said fuck it. So that's the, like, Microsoft also does that. But the thing that Microsoft also does is you can more easily transfer your game saves using like USB stuff. Now Nintendo, I'm not sure how their system works. Because I do have Nintendo Online, right? But I don't have like multiple Switches. And it's just like a, it should be they're just files. You know, like what, like I can get you paying for the cloud service, right? But a lot of times they don't like let you easily transfer that shit. I don't know. So yeah, the Switch 2, like, to me, is the example of video gaming going in the wrong direction. Plus, the games they showed off look like Switch games, which, like, I know the Switch 2, it was supposed to be much more powerful than the Switch, but you're not showing it off as being much more powerful than the Switch. You know, I just, and all that stuff could likely be reversed except for the storage medium thing. And also, it's only 256 gigabytes of internal memory. Like, That's not enough memory to install the last Call of Duty. Like, well, that's 2 games, but like the last, like Call of Duty 2 and 3. It's not enough for one fucking game. Like, sure, it could install like Girls Frontline and Warhammer Space Marine 2, but you know, Baldur's Gate 3 is like 120 gigs. Halo Master Chief Collection's like 120 gigs. So yeah, I've just been ranting tonight over over this event. So yeah, I will not be getting a Switch 2, and I'll just finally try to track down the ROM or something for Kirby's Air Ride to play that. That's like, unless it's backwards compatible on the Switch, which then I might look into it. But like, I'm not. I have no incentive to be paying that much for a video game, especially when I know like Mario Kart World, if it was released on the Switch right now, it'd probably sell 30 million copies. Even at like a development cost of maybe 100 million. Like, I don't, like, games are more expensive to make now. I think the Zelda games got real expensive because they had huge development teams, but they would still more than make their money back. Again, it doesn't need to be $80 for digital copy. Like, what are you buying for the digital copy besides the ROM, you know? Like, I've got Genma Onimusha over here, which I still haven't put away. Like, when you buy the game, right, you get the game disc. You can play that on any Xbox. You have a manual, which their manual is shitty because it's in black and white. That was something that was happening in the early 2000s to cut costs. They're always looking to cut costs, right? You can display it. You can trade it with somebody. Yes, it does take up space. But digital space also is not infinite. It's a pain in the ass to constantly re-download and download games. Especially at game file sizes now when SD cards, which are essentially the platform of modern storage media for Nintendo's products, can fit that much data. They can totally fit, like, I don't know, like, how, like, I got Xenoblade here. I don't know how big that is, but we know for a fact that SD cards are getting up there now. And for not that much money. So they got the ability to do it. Oh, I can believe that, yeah. I remember buying Exile, the Spiderweb game from Spiderweb, and they sold hint books alongside it, and I bought that too. Because yeah, they would have it would always be it's a tough sell to, you know, just print manuals. Well, because floppies were expensive, right? And distributing that stuff through like a BBS was probably way cheaper for them. If he did pirate his own stuff, so I can see that, because just printing the hint books and manuals would have been way cheaper. So that's kind of funny. Of course, then CDs came and kind of made that a moot point, since CDs even today are so cheap to produce. When they say like, oh, they had to cut back on CD production, like, who was it? It was Limited Run Games. They released a burned CDs of something that didn't run on like a 3DO or something, because they said to cut costs, which they probably just only got like 15 to 20 orders and just said fuck it, we're gonna burn this to a CD instead of printing it. Because even like printing like 500, like 250. I can get 250 CDs printed for really cheap, like. But floppies, on the other hand, like they were always a pain, production-wise, if I remember correctly, which is why they were so expensive, right? But yeah, they always talked about, oh, things are getting so expensive to produce, when these manuals, they were not that cheap. They were not that expensive to produce, I mean. And the CDs were fucking cheap as shit. Your cost is probably the case, but, you know, those probably didn't cost that much, you know. Just an accountant somewhere was like, oh, we're spending $1 million on manuals, when each manual is only like, you know, 50 cents per unit or something like that. But they see like the bigger picture, like, we can save this money by making a cheaper, shittier product. Alright. Cartridges, conversely, have always been obscenely expensive, but there's a lot more going on in a cartridge. There's no more than one unit. Like, sure, you can get a deal on, like, the bare PCB boards. But then you also have all the chips and stuff. So, yeah, there's always a cost, even if you can get cost down. But we don't really have to worry about that anymore, because SD cards are in. So... we're just gonna kill stuff. Shit, I thought I put her behind the thing. It's fine. Let's take you over here. Also, you got like the merchandising aspect, right? Unlike Japan and stuff, since it's not really a big thing over here. How do they merchandise?